We have Australia's largest range of tyre brands and sizes. Find a cheaper identical tyre locally stocked and we'll beat it. At Bob Jane T-Marts, we'll look after you.
It's round 10 action in the NPL as South Melbourne host Pascoe Vale here at Lakeside Stadium. And with Anzac Day weekend coming up, both clubs will be marking the occasion with a minute's silence. We join them now at ground level.
Very fitting there, David, ahead of the 100-year anniversary of the Gallipoli landing there as the teams come out and shake hands. It's a very important game for South tonight, with Pascoe Vale always providing tough opposition. South usually does win against them, however they are very hard to break down, and if you recall last year we only won 1-0 here.
Throw going long up the line and beating just about everybody. Not Joseph Youssef who keeps that one alive, and it's flicked forward, looking for Nakic. Flicks inside, the chance there, he wanted Brown but found the top of the net. And the early running going with Pascoe Vale as they look to strike early on in the game. Milovanovic on the left foot, floats it across the face. Adams rises above his marker but only finds the keeper from close range in the end with the header. Tim Marler opts to use Jawadi. Cross intended for Lujic. Lujic not happy with that service. Jawadi might get another go. Decides to give the pass off. Milovanovic with the low shot straight at the keeper. South Melbourne building and trying to break down that Pascoe Vale defence. Pumps that one high. Marler contests. Black and keeps it alive. Marler contests again, puts that one up the line. Brennan can't reach. Consistency here. Now Nakic. Still going here, gets onto the left foot. The shot across the face and just wide of the upright. And a great chance there for Pascoe Vale, not taken. I wonder if they might come to regret that one, John.
Best chance of the game for both sides, David. Some excellent work here by Jack Nakic. Shrugs off the captain there, Michael Liga. Goes for the shot, beats Roganovic, but not the far post, and the ball just goes out for a goal kick. That's unlucky by the striker.
Pascoe Vale looking all right so far, although that pass is regrettable. Jawadi chops it off, goes long forward. It'll come back to Theodore. Theodore now linking up. Lujic. Lujic on the turn with the shot dipping just over the bar. It was a lovely turn and shot there. It would have been a beautiful goal. Unfortunately, just a little bit too high, John.
Very good effort here by Milos Lujic, receiving the ball there, and the ball falls for him. He sets himself up and goes for a very audacious shot there that beats the goalkeeper Alexander Pavlidis, but it goes just over his crossbar and out for a goal kick. This will probably provide the best angle. Nice turn there, and the eventual shot. Well, David, I think that looks a lot closer on that replay than the previous ones. That is just wide and unfortunate by Milos Lujic.
Barkadash looks inside to Milovanovic. Goes back to the skipper, who might go long this time. He does. Ball deflects off. Chance for Lujic. 1-0. Milos Lujic gets the goal. South Melbourne 1-0. A deflection on the way through. The opportunity for Milos Lujic, and he just keeps on scoring. South Melbourne, they had the ascendancy for the last few minutes, and now they put it on the scoreboard, John.
Milos Lujic has scored in each of South's last 8 games now, David. A phenomenal return by the striker. That's 10 goals in all 11 games in all competitions this year. Takes a deflection and he beats Nathan Megic to the ball. Great first touch as well before slotting it past Pavlidis and into the back of the net. We see the deflection there. Great first touch by Milos Lujic to set himself up. Beats Megic and also Pavlidis and slides it past the advancing goalkeeper, across him and into the back of the net for 1-0. As you see the fans there celebrating, David.
Fans are loving that one, John Carr, and South Melbourne a deserved lead. Now Black. And trying to get out of defence here, but with to no avail, Pascoe Vale. Great work by Jawadi, keeps it alive. Now Brennan. Brennan turns on the jets, and Andy Brennan. The pace was nice, the build-up was nice, the finish a little bit too high. Theodore gets some running going. As Lujic uses Jawadi. Now Jawadi, got some space in front, Iki Jawadi. Got Norton out wide, opts to shoot with the left foot, and a little bit disappointing the finish there, straight at Pavlidis. And South Melbourne look to get something going in the driving rain. Barkadash Bakadesh loses his footing, but gets the ball to Jawadi. Might get it back. Jawadi goes for the cross. Chance for Brennan with the shot. Well, a great attempt there. Pavlidis, a great save. Lovely bit of football all round, John. Nearly goal of the year.
You said it right, David. Lovely football all round. That's a nice cross by Jawadi on the far side. Brennan with the scissor kick. Would have been an amazing goal if that had gone in, but Pavlidis makes a very good save to deny South their second goal of the evening. As you see, nice cross. Brennan off the volley. That's an excellent shot. Gets it on target, but Pavlidis smart and makes the block.
Pumped that one high, did Reganovic, trying to beat the rain. Theodore, well, he's done really nicely here, Matt Theodore. He gives space to Jawadi. Wants an option, Iki Jawadi. Gets one eventually with Theodore. Now looking for a cross, right foot, goes deep. Lujic with the header off the post and trickles away, and eventually Pavlidis will pick it up well. It didn't look like much in the build-up, John, but it was a nice attempt there by Lujic.
Lujic trying to double his goal-scoring tally for the Knights, isn't he? That's a very, very nice cross there by Matty Theodore, who's given so many assists in the past and almost did so again. Milos Lujic there with the header, and it just hits the post and goes out.
Lujic won't be able to reach that one, unfortunately, but it might sit up for Milovanovic! And Dane Milovanovic with an absolute corker, and he was just inches away there, John.
Well, Lujic's goal was excellent, David, but surely that would have been the goal of the night, and dare I say, one of the goals of the season. I think that's just gone wide. I'm looking forward to seeing the angle from behind the goals. Look at that. That's beating the keeper, all ends up there, but unfortunately it's just gone wide of the far post too. Look at this for an angle, David, and we'll see it perfectly. The swerve there, and it just goes wide of the far post with Pavlidis beaten.
Looking for something here, Pascoe Vale. Skidding that one low across the wet grass and just wide of the upright. Probably a smart idea in these conditions. Jake Bakadesh makes his way to the bench for a well-deserved rest and probably a bit of a dry spell. And on comes Limanopoulos. Milovanovic. Perhaps he'll get another crack at it, Dane Milovanovic. On the left foot, that shot charged down in the end and should be cleared away by Pascoe Vale, although that's a nice intervention there by Eager using Marla. Now Theodore chips that one across Matt Theodore, looking for Brennan. Chest down, chance for Manopoulos and just wide again. And South Melbourne, they've really had some chances here to put the game away. I wonder if that'll come back to haunt them, John.
Hopefully not, David, and a good opportunity here for Lee Manopoulos. I think it's just a little bit more difficult than it may look. The ball falling to him, set up well by Brennan, but you've got two defenders getting in the way. Manopoulos hits the shot, it just goes wide. Again, behind the goals will provide a better angle of it. So the defenders there cutting it back. Manopoulos tries to go underneath the defender's legs then, just trickles wide.
Marla puts that one into Manopoulos. Jawadi Manopoulos. Lee Manopoulos with a shot that time. Pavlidis gets behind it nicely and keeps it out. And Andy Kachoyevic coming on to finish off the game. Andy Brennan heads to the bench and looks like he's heading to the rooms as well. Hopefully nothing too serious there with his hamstring. The last roll of the dice maybe for Pascoe Vale. The free kick floated in, but floated over the bar. Reganovic watches that one sailing over without any harm. Pavlidis pumps that one high, looking desperately for something, but it's not to come. Milovanovic beats it away, and South Melbourne have a deserved 1-0 win. Tough game in tough conditions, John, and an all-important 3 points. They'll be delighted with that one.
Well, as we predicted pre-game, David, Pascoe Vale were always going to be resilient and difficult opponents to break down. We won here only 1-0 last year, and we did the same thing tonight. I think we were worthy of the win overall, and as the fans clap the players as they go down the tunnel, South continue their 100% winning record here at home at Lakeside Stadium in 2015.
This week's Fix Hellas Beer Man of the Match goes to a player who marshalled the defence towards another clean sheet. The skipper, Michael Eager. I've got the captain, Michael Eager, here with me, and Eags, another week where we've seen a torrential downpour in the second half. Fair to say that difficult conditions to play in, and 3 points is very valuable.
Yeah, it was a pretty dour game in the end. Both teams' tactics weren't the best tonight. It was a little bit different for both teams, what we're normally used to. When the conditions came in, it literally just nullified a lot of play between the thirds. So we're happy to come away with the win. And we've got a great group that are all on the same page. And luckily now we've got experience of winning games, even tight ones. Because you learn playing at South that everyone gets up for playing against you, especially here. So we look forward to that sort of challenge. And, a game like last year, we've got a really good group of players, and everyone that's new is bought into what we're doing. And, to me, it was never in doubt.
Now, the team obviously has a great camaraderie here. You've got the Anzac Day dawn service the guys are going to tomorrow. Do you think that's something that will help continue to bond the team together to really make them gel?
Yeah, always. We have... We have a couple of events every sort of few weeks as a team, so we spend a bit of time away from the football pitch together. And then tomorrow morning, I think about 6 hours time, most of us are up again for what is a great cause, getting up for the dawn ceremony, and then off to our fabulous sponsors, Beachcombers Cafe Restaurant afterwards for breakfast. So yeah, look, it's only 6-7 hours before we see each other again, but luckily we enjoy each other's company.
Another week, another goal. There's a chant about strikers, he scores when he wants, and in your case, mate, it seems to be very true.
Yeah, I'm in pretty good form goal scoring wise at the moment, so hopefully I keep it up. And 3 points were important tonight. It was a bit of a grind out there, and really wet conditions, second half especially, so we're just happy with the 3 points.
Just talking about your own form, a few people around the club, including Johnny and myself on SMFC TV, reckon that while you're scoring a lot of goals and playing very well, you might even have an extra gear in you. So do you think there's a vein of form even still to come for Milos Lujic?
Yeah, I think I had a bit of a slow start this year compared to last year, so yeah, hopefully I turn up a gear or two, but I think I'm starting to hit top form the last few weeks, so I'm getting fitter as well, and hopefully the goals just keep coming. You know, we're still undefeated, and I think we're starting to hit top form at the right time of the season. We had a little bit of a slow start, but yeah, we're hitting top form, and we're pretty confident going to next week's game.
It's probably one of them games you want to forget, other than Milos's finish. I thought it was quality finish, but yeah, difficult for us today. You know, I mean, I think it's caught up with us. 2 changes again from last week. And yeah, I just thought our structure wasn't great today. We had some chances. Had we got the second one, maybe it'd have calmed things down. But there was no tempo and no pace in the game. But sometimes, you know, we said it every week last year. Sometimes you have to win ugly, and today, again, it was ugly. So you know, 3 points is all that really matters. Had we played really well and got beat, you know, we'd be bemoaning our chances. So sometimes it's better off winning that one.
Talking of enforced changes, David Sturton might be out for a couple of weeks with a hamstring injury. That would obviously be disappointing, given he'd worked his way back into the starting lineup and was playing quite well. Yeah,
I mean, look, we're sort of really pleased with David. You know, his performance last week I thought was very good earlier on. And obviously we've got the issue with Andy Brennan today. He's come off with a bit of a hamstring strain as well. So that's not looking good for us, but that's what we've got the depth in the squad for, and just give someone else an opportunity.